nudie, dropping, nudie, nudie, popping, knocking, players' eyes at they socket, dropping, popping, knocking. Make a clap to this.
Welcome to the Not So Legal Show. So is the word Weiner top of mind these days? I'm fascinated by the Weiner scandal, otherwise known as the politician who needs to send pictures of himself to women, even though he's married. Now, I'm not that naive, as I get there's men that cheat, but when you have such a public eye type of life, what could make you think you could just get away with it? I often like to talk about Elliot Spitzer, as I have the same issue with him. It's like, at what point do you think the guy would notice that spending $5,000 a night to be with a hooker isn't the best idea? Now, my favorite Weiner headline I saw was, did Anthony Weiner tweet a picture of his wiener? Did you have a favorite headline? Write it and tell me about it. In NFL news, well, let's say there isn't much news, except I suppose a lot of private meetings are a good sign. And the lawsuit filed by Tom Brady and 10 other players, well, let's just say it's probably going to be a while before it ever gets resolved. I can't imagine that there wouldn't be any NFL coming this fall. The only issue with all the talks is that if it's going to work out, let's just get on with it already. And go Mavericks. By the time this video is live, here's to hoping they beat the Heat in the last game. So here's one of my favorite kinds of cases, as I love to see what people try to think of when they get in trouble for things. A California woman faces up to 10 years in prison on Friday when she's sentenced for being involved in a $3 billion marijuana shipping scheme. What you have here is a woman who was paid $60,000 to bring a bunch of suitcases from Los Angeles to an unattended hotel room in Ohio, stay for a few days, and return with only a couple of the suitcases. She told the authorities that she planned to visit her boyfriend to transport some equipment to a horse farm. First of all, she shouldn't have gotten involved in the first place. But second of all, transporting equipment to a horse farm? Where did she come up with that one? Is horse equipment often transported via suitcase? And let's talk about frivolous lawsuits. What's a frivolous lawsuit, you may ask? Doesn't everyone deserve their fair shot in court? Of course, but when you start hearing about all kinds of cases where you think someone must be joking, but actually if you look up the case, you can see it's a real one, you, my friend, have found yourself in the land of frivolous lawsuits. For example, an inmate in federal prison filed a $23 million lawsuit. For what, you might wonder? Claiming that NASCAR was responsible for all his criminal activity. The inmate is claiming that watching car races influenced him to drive 135 miles an hour and to somehow engage in credit card fraud. Or what about the woman who sued L'Oreal, claiming they ruined her social life when she accidentally dyed her own hair brown instead of blonde? Now, there's some good news, though, as Governor Rick Perry of Texas signed into law a measure that will hopefully limit frivolous lawsuits. Basically, if the plaintiff loses a frivolous lawsuit, the plaintiff will be forced to pay extra fees, which include the court costs and the attorney's fees of the person that they're suing. Now, I think when you start telling people that they're going to have to pay the attorney's fees for the person that they're suing, it will really make a lot of people think twice before they sue. And they should be thinking twice before they sue anyway. Losing your social life because you accidentally dyed your own hair brown? Call a friend, call your mom, don't call an attorney. The measure is called the Loser Pays Bill, and I'd love to see the losers pay. I'm all for legitimate cases and the legal system in general, but it takes time and money, taxpayer money that is in some cases, to litigate a case. I'm hoping that more states will follow Governor Perry, as it really will help the legal system to keep everything in check. That's it for now. Always remember to honor your power and stay tuned for the next video posting.